it's Gregory back with another video for you. This is a good one. I mean, hopefully they're all good. But today I am talking about a new device that you may or may not have heard of, and it is a Hyaluron pen. You're like, what? Yes, a Hyaluron pen. This has been all over like my Facebook, my Instagram, and everyone is like, what is this thing? So of course I went and I got one and I've tried it out and I have a lot to say about this. So get some coffee, curl up on the couch because we are going to talk. So this is a Hyaluron pen. I know, it's very sexy. Don't get me wrong. I was instantly intrigued. What a Hyaluron pen is needle-free injection. And it uses pressure to force liquids into the skin so that you can plump your lips or lines or build volume in different places without a needle. Yes, I agree. It sounds delightful, right? It sounds really easy to do. Well, you guys, I tried it, and I've got to be honest with you, I'm not even going to show you how to do it because there is so much margin for error with this device. You can really, really hurt yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go and get it from a professional, but you must do your research, read reviews, and make sure you get someone who really, really knows how to handle this. And do not try to do this yourself. I am going to say this again. If you have been tempted to purchase a Hyaluron pen and administer it to yourself, and you are not an esthetician or a trained professional, close the computer, put down the phone, skip that, don't do it. I tried this on myself. I have been an esthetician for 20 years. This is a tricky device. It's really like, I have some concerns. So I'm gonna go over just the basics of how it works, but not do a full tutorial or a full show you how, because I don't think this is something that an everyday person should do without being a professional, etc. So you basically take like a hyaluronic acid, kind of like what you would do in a regular injectable, right? They prefer like a cross-linked, which is just the type, so the way it takes better. So you would take that and you would put it into this tiny little vessel here, right? And then this goes into this device. So let's pretend that this is filled. And you screw that in. And then what you would do is cock this so it pops. And it's creating that negative pressure. So that way when you put it up against your skin and you press this, you hear it like release. I'll do that again so you can hear it. It uses that pneumatic pressure and forces the liquid with so much pressure so quickly, it penetrates and pierces the skin, and the liquid is then in the skin. So yes, again, it sounds fabulous, but the slightest bit too much, and you can really, really hurt yourself. It does work in regards to creating volume, but it still can hurt if you're using the littlest bit too much. When I played around with it, if I had it like just right, it wasn't that bad, but there were a couple of times where I did it, and it was like a micro amount difference from the time before, and it like really, really, really hurt. I have also seen disaster stories with this, of blistering and bruising, and like, I just have to tell you, this is one of those things I'm gonna say, let's wait and see what happens and not do it for now. Also, some kind of like what I've seen for the pricing of it, I think you could probably go and do an injectable for similar, and it's probably gonna be a little less iffy. Again, it really depends. You have to make sure that you're in the right hands and you want someone who has been certified and you've seen a bunch of their work and you've seen a bunch of their reviews. I may be one person who's like, you know, not really super for this right now. I'm sure there's a lot who like it. In my professional groups online, I've seen a lot of people really concerned about it and that it's causing a lot of damage. So my big message for this today, guys, you know I'm usually gung-ho on trying different things and I want you to experiment. And I'm all for doing a fabulous treatment at home, but not when there is a risk of hurting yourself. So I do not, again, suggest that anyone gets this for home use. If you're super curious, go see a professional, but do not go and buy this at home and do it yourself because I don't want you to hurt yourself in your pretty faces. But hopefully that answers the question, what is a Hyaluron pen? Now you know. So we're gonna kind of sit back and watch this one and see how it goes, if it's like a quick trend or if it's here to stay. And we will definitely touch on this again. So I'd love to hear what you think. Comment, have you tried this? Have you wanted to try this? Have you heard great stories? Have you heard horror stories? I'm seeing pictures of like bruises and lips blister. So it's just like, and that is my consensus for now. Anyway, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Let's talk about it more. And as always, keep it beautiful.